So here we go. We're going to make an attachment on the inside of the crown. This very interesting case, and I've been asked to do it. Okay, we're going to go to the components module first, and we're going to pick out an attachment. So let's go to servo. This was recommended by someone, if I can use that to demonstrate. So here we go. We're going to then parent this, so that one becomes the last in our selection, and we're going to link it. Now whatever I do here is going to follow on the other side. We need to flip it by 180 degrees, and I'm going to take this now and grab it and put it into position. So I'm following the laboratory analog way of doing things always, because this is how we always do things. Now just pretend this is a free end saddle. I didn't have another one that I could work with, a model, so I just picked one that was quite random. So I'm having a look here. There's a little bit indenting into my tissue there. Not that much, but I'll just maybe lift it just a little bit and rotate it a bit, perhaps like that. Okay, let's assume we are happy with the placement of it. Maybe a little bit out this way and out like that. Okay, the next thing is we want to make a coping. Okay, now how do we do that? We go to the crown module, and we're going to organize our model. So this is the working model. And then what we're going to do, I'll just take this and hide it for now. We don't have to see it. We're going to mark our margins over here. So go to start drawing your margins, and we're going to draw all the way around. Actually, we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it differently. We're going to take this up that way, like your example that you've actually had. I think you've gone over there midway, perhaps like that, and then you've got enough space for an attachment, and then you've taken it on the margin, I think, over here. Okay, so this is going to be our inner fitting surface. Okay, cut, create upper surface. Excellent. Take your surface and survey the surface. Everything that we do needs to be surveyed. Okay, that's looking good, and we're going to block this out. So this is a standard protocol that we always follow. And then we put our support margins on there. So select it, and I'm going to put a 0.1 millimeter margin so you can see that clearly over here. Next thing is we're going to select that, and we're going to go and make our auto spacer in our zone. So this is automatically done. Next, we want to make a coping for this. So select your zone, go to the copings menu, and with it being selected, we're going to create our coping layer, which is over here, and we're going to then accept this layer. Then we're going to edit this layer. Now, there's good reason for editing this layer, is because we want to bring it up a little bit. So here I'm just pulling it up just a little bit. The rest is okay. Now, if you needed support anywhere along the line, you would give support as well. Okay, I don't want to make it too thick. Okay, so assuming we are happy with this, we're going to then get out of there, and then I'll just double check this one. Perhaps we move this one out this way a little bit. Okay, and now we're ready to make the coping. So generate upper coping. Excellent. I'm going to smooth that down a little bit. And exit. So this is my coping. Let's have a good look at this coping. Control I and hide. Got our layer. Beautiful. Couldn't be better, I think, with a bit of support. So this will still get blocked out. Next, what we want to do is we want to fuse this to that one. But when I look at it, there's not enough vertices to go around to make a nice mesh structure. We're going to go to Properties. We're going to go to the modifiers, go to Remesh. You're going to click on the Sharp Remesh and put maybe 8 and 0.7 here, and we're going to apply that. Now I've just given it more vertices, which we need. Okay. And of course we can manipulate these vertices. So magnet tool off, proportional editing on. We don't have to keep it this way. So here I'll bring this in a little bit. I'll just bring that all the way down, make it disappear like that. That's looking really good. I don't have an occlusion here, by the way. I don't want to mess with the vertices on the left hand side, so I've got to be very careful. Okay, so from here we're going to go to the crown module, select this one and select that, but before we do that, let's unparent this one. Alt P, clear parent, otherwise it'll snap to the middle because this becomes a new object. Select this one, select that one, go to the bridging and click here, join selector objects to generated fixture. This is a generated fixture, coping fixture. Click on that. So here we go, this is perfect. Okay, we don't actually have to do anything to this. Next we want to export this so that we can make a crown over the top of it. Next, take these to File, Export STL, name it something, and we're going to open up a new file, and that's just basically because this is going outside of the modules and there's too much else on the scene. So here we go. This time around we're going to change this a little bit. Go to the model designer, you're going to go and separate these objects. Now you're going to make a model out of this. This is because we have to voxel remesh the two of them together, and I'll demonstrate. Alt B. Let's have a look at this. This is our coping, and it's got a small die spacer in between the two surfaces. You can just barely make it out there. Okay, now we need this to be one solid, this one and this one fused. Click both of them, Control J, and join them, Control J. Go to the properties, you're going to go here, spanner, go to voxel remesh, and you're going to go to voxel remesh, voxel remesh 0.1. We're losing a little bit of precision, so we're going to make this a bit finer, 0.08. Let's test that. Okay, that's sort of, we've lost a little bit of accuracy, but I'm going to go with that. You can make it finer if you want. However, I will still decimate this because in edit mode it is black. Okay, very difficult to work with big models. Decimate. I'm going to put this to 0.2 and just wait for it, and then we're going to apply that. And then click on apply here. Alright, next we're going to go to the crown module. This becomes our working model again, and we're going to place our cursor and we're going to start drawing. And this is our margin. So this is our second time we are doing this, first for the coping and now for the other one. So here what I want to do is I want to keep this slightly above because the coping already goes to the margin. And here I don't want to come like this. This is very similar to when we're doing it in the lab. We have to think about all the time about undercuts and so on. So those of you that are familiar with this in the lab, doing it the manual way, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to come down all the way and we're going to cut this surface here, create upper surface. Now there'll still be die space and everything going on the inside, and we're still going to block out this over here. That needs to be done as well. Okay, select it, survey your upper. Okay, so here we're trying to get rid of these undercuts there and over here and over here. Slight undercut over there as well. Maybe we can reduce that a little bit. Alright, that's going to be blocked out here. Okay, block it out. Select it and give it a support margin, and then with it being selected we're going to click on the auto spacer and zone to get a zone going. This time around we need a tooth because we're not making a coping. You could make a coping over the top of that if you want to, following the exact same procedure as beforehand. So we don't have any teeth. I'm going to go to the wax up module and I'll bring in a tooth. Okay, we should have done this earlier, but it's not too late. Here, and delete the unwanted teeth. And we're going to flop this into position, more or less. And we're going to put this where it should go. Now, it's a bit difficult to see that because the other one is in front. It's a bit like Photoshop. You've got these layers and so on. So I'm not working with an antagonist for this one. Here I'm going to put it into the collection, the teeth collection, and then we're going to go and generate this into a tooth, into a crown. So here, view teeth. Okay, so this is going to be added to our crown, and let's see what the results are. We're going to generate this crown. Okay, and this is our result. Okay, let's smooth that a little bit down because it's a little bit on this side. Click on smooth and flatten it down a little bit like that. Excellent. Okay, here flatten it a little bit as well. And then exit. Perfect. This is a beautiful result. I'm going to export this into the other file and let's have a look what the two of them look like together. File export STL. Okay, file import STL, and this is our result. You can still smooth it down even more if you wanted to. So in transparent mode, this one and this one. Let's have a look and see what we got. You see this is perfectly blocked out for the spacer of cement. So I hope you like it. Okay, cheers. And then this is with the lock attached to that.